Welcome back. You are listening to the Mari Mukwanda Show on Salam Media. Thank you for choosing Salam Media as your broadcast of choice. So for today's Feel Good Mzansi stories, I have Pamela Kantor on the line, who is a teacher, and she started this initiative called Read for Hope. Let us find out more about what Read for Hope is all about. Good day, Pamela. Thank you for joining me.
Good day. Thank you so much for having me on your station. Thank you.
It is a pleasure. So tell us, how did Read for Hope come about? What inspired this initiative?
So I'm a grade 4 teacher in a public school, and when lockdown happened, it just broke my heart thinking that my children don't have online facilities. And I just came up with this initiative and thought to myself, what is a better way to get stuff out to the kids? And a lot of the children, especially in the underprivileged, communities, the parents do have phones. So the best way would be to send out WhatsApps or to send out messages, and people can read stories to these children, because to me, reading is so important. And this is how it began. It began on the 14th of April, just as we went into lockdown.
Mm-hmm. Wow, very good. So, what was the reaction and how was the response after the video went viral?
So I put it on my Facebook page, like just for my friends, because a lot of my friends are teachers, and somehow it went out and it went all over the world. So I've had the most amazing response from everybody around the world. People have been sending stories and activities for the children to do while they're at home. So it really has been a very humbling experience seeing that people want to help.
Mm-hmm. And the response from the parents involved?
The response has been amazing. The SMSs that I've been receiving, the voice notes from the different communities, because it's not just at my school. I've been sending to over 200 different communities and more, because other people are sending out. So we actually don't really know how many more people it's reaching, but it's gone huge. It really has.
So you are a grade 4 teacher. So what type of books are recommended to be read to the kids?
Okay, so it's any children's books. So the ages that I'm looking for are between 5 and 13. So any books that people have, should I say, at home, chapter books, anything to that effect, the children are loving. And I'm sending it to different age groups. So whatever people have at home, they mustn't go by. They must just send the reading or the videos to me.
All right. How has the lockdown impacted the way you teach and the way you do things? Because teachers are looking for creative and original ways to teach their kids, especially since many of them have to learn from home with the schools being closed as well. So how has that changed?
It's very difficult because at a public school, we don't have the online facilities. So that makes it very hard. So like what I've done is I've sent out WhatsApps and I send out worksheets via WhatsApp or my different, the messages. We've also come back to school and we're making booklets for the children, and those will be sent out as well. So things are very difficult, from a public school perspective. You've got to be very creative and you've got to come up with things. But from what I've seen, the WhatsApps have been working fantastically. The different, you don't have to just WhatsApp. Like I said, you can send a message to the parents and do things to that, with that. When it comes to my stories, I send out the stories and then I give them different tasks to do relating to the story. So for example, the other day was Mandela Day. I did a lot of different stories on Mandela. It's one of our topics in grade 4. So I sent them out certain things to do related to Mandela. You need to find out certain things, compare Mandela to, whoever. And so you can send out different things. You just need to be creative. And as a teacher, most of us teachers are. So I'm sure, we just all have to work together and try and help each other and help our kids.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think about literary in South Africa? Because we do know that reading is not up to standards. It's one of the things that we
Not at all.
struggle with a lot. So, what do you think about it?
So they've done a lot of studies and they actually say that in grade 4, a lot of the children cannot read. And it's true. It's true. Our kids really do struggle when it comes to reading, but there's lots of reasons why. And the fact is, that is why, in a way, this has been the most amazing initiative and people have come, together to help, because it brings the love of reading back. People have
Mm-hmm.
forgotten even just to love reading, to enjoy it, and this is showing people that, what, reading is so much bigger than just reading a book. It can take you on so many different adventures. It can help you understand instructions given. It's just so much bigger. So we really have to work hard with our communities and build a love for reading and literacy, because if you cannot read, one day you can't get a job, you can't do certain things. So it's very, very important.
Mm-hmm. And what can we as parents do to encourage our kids to love reading?
Show them that you love reading. Show them that you love reading. I know with my children, I've got 3 at home, they love reading because mommy loves to read. Read them stories at night. Paired reading is fantastic, when one child will read one page and mommy or daddy will read the other. Or even if you do stay in a community where, the parents or the grandparents are illiterate, try and read the story to those people. Let the children read the story, or even just look at the pictures. People forget that, what, sometimes you don't have to read a story and read what's written there. Look at the pictures and create your own story. Use your imagination. That's so important as well.
I mean, the saying goes, a picture says 1,000 words is enough to tell a
Mm,
story. So you can create your
true.
own story from just looking at the pictures.
Correct.
Hmm. And obviously, the government also needs to step up to ensure that our kids are reading more, especially those in grade 4. So, what would you like them to know?
At the moment, I just think, there's so much stuff going on because of this pandemic, but they do have to encourage more reading. For example, like with me, I'm putting up street libraries. I'd love the government to sponsor more street libraries. With this initiative, I've been able to get people to sponsor these libraries. Put libraries in different places. Let the librarians come back. Let them show them the love of reading. Let people come into our schools and read with the children. We need that. There's so many organizations that are willing to come in and help our children read. And to me, I mean, these people want to do it. So let them. If you can't read, you can't do the rest of the subjects as well. So yeah, those are the important things. Let's get our libraries going. Let's get people to love reading and get people into the schools to help.
And less burning of the libraries that already exist. Now, what about how can people be part of this initiative going forward?
Okay, so if they are on Facebook, I've got a Facebook page called Read for Hope SA. They're most welcome to, join. They can also SMS me. I'm happy to give you my number. Can I
Mm-hmm.
say it out? It is
Yes.
083
Mm-hmm.
271 1587. I'll say it again, 083 271 1587. And they can email me also. And my email address is
Mm-hmm.
readforhopesa@gmail.com. So that is readforhopesa@gmail.com. And it takes not even 5 seconds for you to just find a book, sit down, read it, send it to me, and I send it to all the different communities. I'm also sending to the visually impaired communities as well. the older people have also asked me to send it. So the stories are going to children, to different, communities throughout South Africa, all over.
Wow, it is a very wonderful initiative, and I wish you well in your future endeavors.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for chatting to me.
Thank you. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye. That was Pamela Kantor, the founder of the initiative Read for Hope essay. If you would like to be part of it, if you want to read a book and also send your videos to the many children who needs a story to be read to them, you can do that. Send an email to readforhopeessay@gmail.com, or you can visit Read for Hope Essay Facebook page, or you can give Pamela a call or send her a message. The number is 083-2711-587. The number again, 083-2711-587. Read for Hope South Africa. To stay with us, we will be right back.